He never raises his voice. He never shows anger. He never even looks threatened. But somehow, everyone around him does exactly what he wants. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka doesn't manipulate people the way you think. He doesn't lie. He doesn't threaten. He doesn't even try hard. He simply understands something about human psychology that most people will never learn. And in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to hand you that knowledge. 5 tactics, cold, calculated, borderline illegal to know. Let's begin. Before we start, understand one thing. Ayanokoji is not a villain. He doesn't destroy people for fun. He manipulates situations, not out of cruelty, but out of pure calculated control. There's a difference. A weak person manipulates because they're afraid. Ayanokoji manipulates because he has already seen 10 steps ahead, and he's simply moving the pieces into position. That's what today is about. Not tricks, not games, a complete shift in how you see people and how you move through the world. Here are the 5 tactics. Tactic number 1. Ayanokoji calls it nothing, but I call it the invisible string. Here's what he does. He never asks people to do things directly. He creates situations where people choose to do what he wants, and they think it was their own idea. Watch any episode of Classroom of the Elite carefully. He doesn't say do this. He plants a thought, walks away, and waits. The person thinks for a while, then acts, believing the decision was completely theirs. This is the highest level of influence. When someone feels like they chose something freely, they commit to it fully. No resistance, no resentment. How to use this in real life? Stop asking, start suggesting environments. If you want someone to agree with you, don't argue. Instead, show them a situation where your conclusion is the only logical outcome. Let them discover it themselves. They'll defend that idea harder than if you had forced it on them. That is the invisible string. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Tactic number 2. And this one will make people genuinely uncomfortable around you. Strategic silence. Most people are terrified of silence. They fill every gap in conversation with words, nervous words that reveal everything about them, their insecurities, their fears, their intentions. Ayanokoji never does this. When someone challenges him, he goes quiet. When someone tries to read him, he gives them nothing. When everyone is panicking and talking, he watches. And in that silence, he collects data on every single person in the room. Here's the psychological truth behind this. Silence creates pressure. And under pressure, people reveal who they really are. The moment you stop filling silence, other people will start filling it for you. They'll over-explain. They'll justify themselves. They'll accidentally tell you the truth. Try this tomorrow. In your next difficult conversation, after you say your point, go completely silent. Don't add anything. Don't soften it. Don't explain more. Just wait. Watch what happens. The other person will start negotiating against themselves. That is Ayanokoji's silence weapon. And it costs you nothing to use. Tactic number 3. This one is his most dangerous weapon. Controlled information. Ayanokoji knows something that almost nobody understands. What you don't say is more powerful than what you do. He never shows his full hand. He never reveals his real goals. He never lets anyone know how much he actually knows. While everyone around him is showing off their intelligence, competing, bragging, proving themselves, he deliberately appears average. Why? Because when people underestimate you, they become careless. They stop guarding their words around you. They stop hiding their weaknesses from you. They give you everything for free because they think you're no threat. And Ayanokoji collects it all, in silence, with a blank face. This is called strategic incompetence, and the most powerful people in history have used it. In your life, stop proving yourself to everyone. Stop correcting people who underestimate you. Let them. Because the person who knows their real strength never needs to announce it. Tactic number 4. This is the one that feels most illegal. The emotional mirror. Ayanokoji has near zero emotional reactions, but that doesn't mean he ignores emotions. It means he uses yours. Here's what he does. When someone is angry, he stays calm, which makes them angrier. When someone is sad, he stays neutral, which makes them crave his comfort. When someone is excited, he barely reacts, which makes them try harder to impress him. Do you see the pattern? By refusing to mirror the emotions of others, he forces them to chase his emotional approval. Every human being has a deep psychological need to feel understood, to feel like their emotions matter to someone. Ayanokoji never gives this freely, and so people constantly orbit him, trying to get a reaction, trying to matter to him. This is called emotional scarcity, and it is one of the most powerful social forces that exists. Now, I'm not telling you to become cold or cruel to the people you love, but in situations where someone is trying to emotionally manipulate you, where someone is using anger, guilt, or drama to control your decisions, go flat. Give them nothing. Stay calm like the surface of still water. You will watch their power over you disappear completely. Tactic number 5, and this is what separates Ayanokoji from every other character, fictional or real. The long game. Every single move Ayanokoji makes is not about today. It's not about this conversation, this argument, this moment. Every move is a piece of a plan that runs weeks, sometimes months, into the future. While everyone around him is reacting to what's happening right now, he is playing a game that most people don't even know has started. This requires one thing that most people are completely unable to do: patience. Real, cold, ruthless patience. The ability to lose a small battle on purpose because winning it would cost you the war. The ability to stay quiet when you want to speak because speaking now reveals too much. The ability to let someone feel like they've won because you need them comfortable for what comes next. In your life, this means one thing: stop making decisions based on how you feel right now. Ask yourself one question before every important move. Does this serve me in 6 months or just in the next 6 minutes? That one question is the entire Ayanokoji Code in a single sentence. 5 tactics: the invisible string, strategic silence, controlled information, the emotional mirror, the long game. None of these require you to be louder. None of these require you to be more aggressive. None of these require you to fight anyone. They only require one thing: that you start seeing the world the way Ayanokoji does. Not as a place where things happen to you, but as a board where you are always the one making the moves. If this video made you think differently, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the Ayanokoji Code, because next week we go deeper.